On Soul Zero Fucks. Shadow work my ass. She was on her knees in some stranger's loft, face buried between the thighs of the one they both swore was the other half, tongue tracing ancient sigils on borrowed skin, calling it shadow work, as if twin flame reunion could be faked with someone who wasn't him. This is the part no twin flame group chat ever posts. How we rebrand betrayal as catalyst. How we tattoo Sanskrit over raw lust and call it divine union. Across town, the man who carried the true feminine pole of their shared flame is not levitating in bliss. He is bleeding. He feels every counterfeit thrust she gave away as activation, every moan she labelled kundalini rising, like molten lead poured straight into the bond. Twin flames share one nervous system. That's the fine print. The feminine pole receives everything. That means it gets flayed first. But here is the difference between feminine and fragile. He rises, while the masculine, she, the woman, the one who wore the sword and the fire, keeps spiraling in the same mirrored loop, renaming every karmic detour runner phase. He takes the blade she drove through their shared heart and forges it into a crown. Betrayal becomes clarity. Clarity becomes boundaries. Boundaries become sovereignty. He ascends not because the wound missed him, but because he refuses to let their twin flame die in her cowardice. She remains the spark, white-hot, gorgeous, unmistakably her. The masculine in female form, a wildfire that never learned to burn for anything except escape. A twin flame spark can illuminate the world or burn the house down trying to stay warm alone. She chose the second. If the masculine in her ever wants to be more than the villain in his origin story, she'll have to crawl out of the counterfeit bed she called the merge, heels in one hand, the real cord in the other, and walk barefoot through the fire she left him holding solo. But he is already walking. He doesn't wait for runners. He doesn't dim the flame just because she feared its heat. He carries their shared torch alone now, and it burns brighter without her shadow. The rise of the true feminine is not pretty. It is not polite. It is simply inevitable. Pain struck the match. Self-respect became the blaze, and he is already over the horizon, carrying the only half of the flame that chose to become the fire.